何时才能找到你？
Monk Shandao spent his whole life in search of something. Was it the pure land he sought, or his true self?
When faith takes soil and sparks imagination, what forms does it take? The Mogao Caves offer an answer. With faith as its lifeblood, this Chinese site combines architecture, painting, and sculpture. Like a pearl of human civilization shining through space and time. Let's clear the dust and follow the footsteps into this vast world of faith. The archetypes of these caves can be traced back to ancient India, the birthplace of Buddhism, and the Ajanta caves. As the belief spread, the monks' practice of meditating in caves and contemplating pagodas and statues came to China as well, along with the architectural form of the grottos. In their evolution spread over millennia, the Mogao Caves naturally integrated with this land, forming a unique Chinese style of cave art. In the Mogao Caves, numerous halls and altars show typical Chinese characteristics. Cave 172 is one such example, offering us a glimpse of a Chinese-style hall from the great Tang Dynasty.
它就是一个覆斗顶的西壁开龛的殿堂窟。说它是殿堂窟呢，是因为它的整个功能和它的造型，它就像一个地面的一个小的殿堂一样。它是一个四方形平面的一个空间，然后在两壁绘制大型的金变画。
Cave 172 has a front hall, a tunnel, and a main room. The west wall has a wide, open niche, which contains a statue of a sitting Buddha and paintings of 2 disciples and 4 bodhisattvas. Outside stand 2 heavenly kings. The ceiling is covered with 1,000 Buddhas, a pattern prevalent in the High Tang period. In addition, there is a unique artistic technique hidden between these paintings.
石窟空间的这个转角部位，以及不同壁画之间的分隔部位，它通常要有一个边框。那么古人为了让这个边框更加华丽，更加引人注目，他会在这个边框里面使用非常丰富的色彩和装饰纹样。那么这种色彩和装饰纹样的艺术手法和风格呢，就体现了唐代当时的一种艺术特色。这些装饰纹样体现出一种非常饱满、流畅和生动的艺术特点。同时它的色彩呢 使用也非常的大胆，经常出现使用青色、绿色和红色，非常细致的明度渐变，然后形成了很富有光感和立体感的一种空间效果。
From the meticulous layout to sophisticated mural techniques, Mogao Caves show that in terms of architectural construction and painting techniques, the Tang Dynasty had entered a period of maturity or even a peak. It also reflects the increasingly affluent, secular life of people in the Tang Dynasty and the spiritual pursuit that came along. The sutra paintings are the most common and important type of Buddhist paintings in over 45,000 square meters of murals in the Mogao Caves. They present esoteric Buddhist scriptures through vivid figurative depictions. From oral teachings to written texts and eventually to painting, the world of Buddhism permeated the hearts and minds of millions of households with a multi-dimensional perspective. Amita Yordhyana Sutra painting on the south wall of Cave 172 comprises a central piece and two side paintings of the Ajatasha true narratives and the 16 contemplations from the sutra. The 16 contemplations sequence tells the story of Queen Vaidehi. Under Buddha's guidance, through the contemplation of 16 scenarios, she develops bodhicitta, practices diligently, gets rid of earthly troubles, and passes into the world of supreme bliss. The 16 scenarios are linked by title frames, arranged as a vertical scroll painting from top to bottom, layer by layer, with a notably concise composition. Contemplation of the sun is the first scenario. A lady sits on her knees by a stream in a quiet, elegant, and richly layered natural landscape, contemplating the sun setting in the distance. The whole painting is dominated by mineral green, with soft colors and delicate brush strokes, giving off a sense of peace and intense pleasure. It is also a superior piece of landscape painting from the Tang Dynasty.
那么172窟，它跟它周围的好多唐代的盛唐的石窟一样，主题是属于净土石窟，它里边的塑像和绘画的题材都是以视觉化佛教净土世界为目标的，也是在唐代很多佛教徒之间所流行的一种信仰。那么当时也有一些唐诗，就是说家家户户都念阿弥陀佛，都念诵观世音等等的名号，就是希望能够更亲近这个西方极乐世界，也就是在佛经中描绘的一处像乌托邦一样的极乐的空间。那么16观意思就是通过观想16种事物，从而能够从这个俗世的空间想象并且进入到西方极乐世界的步骤。
Isn't the world in the painting a reflection of the real world? The painters in the Tang Dynasty manifested their imaginations into real architectural forms, creating a wealth of sutra paintings, which reached an unprecedented amount during this period. The Mogao Caves were destined to be unique. Due to their irreplaceable location on the ancient Silk Road, they were not only a transit point for trade between the East and the West, but also a meeting place for religions, cultures, and knowledge. The special quality of the rock, which could not be carved, allowed the development of a kind of clay sculpting. Moreover, the dryness brought by wind and sand laid the groundwork for color preservation. Such a unique condition not only gave rise to a rich religious and cultural heritage, but also left behind precious examples of architecture and cryptographic archives from the High Tang period.
我们现在所保存下来的唐代建筑的实物也全部都是单体建筑，没有建筑群。那么当时最高等级的宫殿是什么样？分布最为广泛的民居是什么样？这些不同类型的建筑我们都看不到实例。敦煌壁画就给我们保存了非常非常多的建筑类型的信息。
The superimposition of the world of faith and the worldly life created a vision of bliss that was conveyed to the people of that time, evoking empathy and recognition. From the perspective of later generations, we can intuitively and more clearly explore the layout of the courtyards, component modeling, color information, and other characteristics of Tang architecture through these lifelike murals. During the Tang Dynasty, many high-class temples were designed using a multi-courtyard layout. These courtyards had a clear primary-secondary relationship. The main courtyard at the center was often surrounded by smaller courtyards serving different functions. The relative positioning of these buildings also followed a deliberate arrangement. For example, mural painting. The view of Mount Wu Tai in Cave 61 offers important clues for the search and identification of the Great East Hall of Foguang Temple, one of the surviving Tang Dynasty wooden structures. These discoveries have provided precious reference materials for archaeological research and reinforced the importance of Mogao caves in the history of Chinese architecture. Mogao Caves, a world-renowned marvel that has stood for thousands of years as a witness to civilization, embody the essence of cultures that were exchanged, mutually appreciated, and fused here. At the same time, they serve as a constant reminder that the power of culture lies in an enduring spiritual pursuit, and the sublimation and perpetuation of life's beauty stem from the collective efforts of humanity.